Yep, LeBron has his own stuff. He got his own chamber and stuff at home and everything. I think he paid something like what, 100 or $200,000 for that damn thing. And he goes in there and it's a cold climate and stuff for him, or hot, depending on how he feels. And that's how he's been able to stay able to play for almost 30 years and stuff in the league.
23 to be exact.
Yeah, he got his own stuff. So a lot of folks don't want to do that.
Hello, folks.
Hello, people. We were talking about sports.
Good afternoon. I'm going to tell you, Ed, people, sometimes I wonder, what the hell is going on with this country? To blame it on white supremacy, that might be part of it. It might be part of all the immigration, what we call is people just getting off the boat, but and just getting to this country, immigration. And, when I think about it, this right here is America. And I think you made this statement, what it says on the Statue of Liberty. However, we haven't caught up. And they have allowed too many people to come here, in my opinion, that did not assimilate. Meaning, learning the language, learning the history, all of those things. But these new people that just got off the boat the last 50, 60, 70 years, they have learned what America's all about. If you work 2, 3 jobs, make a lot of money, and even if you ain't got a top paying job, you save your money, get yourself a good credit, you can get yourself a house, nice car, and every once in a while you have some free time and you can take your family places. And they live in that life, bro. They live in that life. And I applaud them for that, because a lot of people don't get that message. In this country, in my opinion, you can have and do whatever you want to do as long as it's legal. But you got to play the game. You got to pay the car notes. You got to pay the mortgages. You got to pay your bills. In order to do that, you got to keep a job. And a lot of people just got their hands out. And some people are getting a lot of money with their hands out. But that's not going to get you over. That's not going to give you peace of mind. That's not going to let you allow yourself to look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, I need more education, or I need to train for this, or I need to do this or do that. All you're going to do is have your hand out. And there's a lot of people got their hands out. But that percentage is probably about 40% of the people in this country with their hand out. The rest of the people is moving on. And I think they know this already, Ed. I think they know how many people, nationality, ethnic groups, populations, certain neighborhoods, all of those things. And they know who's hanging with who and all of that. They got so much data. You were just talking about AI. They got so much data on different places and things. I was just reading a little something about, they call it geolocation.
You know what that is?
Geolocation.
Okay,
They
what
can
is
track
it?
you anywhere.
Right, absolutely. They can track you any goddamn where. As
They
long
can
as you got
track
your,
you
long
anywhere.
as you got your phone, they can track you any damn where.
That's right.
If your phone is
So-
on, they can track you.
Yeah, so they know where you at all times, if they want to track you in detail. However, is that a bad thing, Ed? I don't know.
In certain circumstances, it's not a bad thing, Ted. People who have been kidnapped or people and stuff who committed crimes and stuff and everything, and they have a phone, they can always, the government can track where they've been to, or if they were in the vicinity of the crime. So it's good for law enforcement. It's good for if your child and stuff is out there somewhere and you don't know where they at. It's good. But if you trying to be private, if you trying to not let anybody know where you at, it's a bad thing.
That's true. However, you remember we talked about this a while back, maybe a couple of years ago, or maybe even 5 years ago. We were talking about an article we had both ran into, or maybe it wasn't an article, maybe it might have been something else. However, they were talking about China.
Yep.
And they were showing that China has videos everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean, everywhere.
Everywhere.
They know exactly, and then they have all of these security people spying on you, looking at you, seeing anything that's suspicious.
Absolutely.
And the thing is that you're talking 1.5 billion people, bro.
Correct.
And so now we don't get all the news of what's going on inside of these big, humongous cities that they have, because they got cities of 25 million and 40 million people in one city.
Yep.
And the thing is that they got a cap on it, bro. And all of them got phones, all of them the videos.
Yep.
And all that. So they see, even when they get on those crowded L's, and we've seen the pictures.
Yep.
Hundreds of thousands of people trying to get on and off the L.
Correct.
So anything that goes down, somebody try to grope a woman or do this or do that, they see it.
Absolutely.
And next thing you know, that person's arrested as soon as they get off the damn plane.
And justice is quick.
Yeah.
Justice is absolutely quick.
Now, here's the thing, as far as America, we have been programmed, and I dare say programmed, because we know that even in this country, we're free, but we're not free, especially black folks. And the thing is that we still have been somewhat programmed thinking that, oh, we can go here, let's go there, let's go here, let's go there. We can go to jump in our car and go to a different city, go to a different state, and everything is cool and all that. Well, why I'm saying this is because they're getting us programmed of what they're doing with ICE.
Let's go back before you take off on that. Let's go back because when we first talked about this, we looked at it as a bad thing. China tracking all of their population and having cameras everywhere. Let's go back a little bit and stuff and talk about just slightly and stuff and everything how what's going on and stuff there has turned out to be a good thing for the country and the people.
Well,
we said that they track their people and they know exactly what their folks is doing. From what I've been reviewing and talking to people and stuff and everything that I know who have been to China, because there's a lot of Americans and stuff who were still there in the country, that they talk to people and stuff on the street and all of that. And the natives and stuff there, the Chinese, original Chinese who were there and stuff and everything, have over the years come accustomed to being seen all the time. And right now, they have a one government. It's the Communist Party. That's the only daggone political party they got. It's huge. And what they have done and everything is that they have allowed all of their citizens and stuff who have phones and stuff to be able to talk to them about technology. And anyone who has an idea, a technological idea to help to improve their status and stuff in life and everything, is capable and stuff and everything of having a company, creating their own company, and the government pays them and everything for their work that they're doing, and they're using it and stuff right now in how they are creating their cities. It has been a good thing for them because most of their cities and stuff now are way more modern and stuff than ours is. And because they have used their people and stuff and everything who have these cell phones to be able to bring up ideas and stuff and everything to help improve their society, they have becoming a lot more advanced and stuff than anybody else and stuff in the world, which is a good thing, I think. Go ahead. You can go ahead now.
you
Yeah, you can go ahead and talk about ICE now.
I had
to bring that up.
Well, I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said just for a couple of 30 seconds.
Okay.
The thing is that what they have done, what you piggybacking off of what you were just saying, what they have done is they have actually built cities when nobody was even there. High rises, you name it, and then the people will come.
Mm-hmm.
So they constantly building cities because they have realized that most Chinese people like the urban living more so than the agrarian type lifestyle. You know, the older elderly people, you know, still like to be up in those mountains and what have you, and drinking their tea and eating their rice. But majority of them, especially the younger people, like that urban setting. So anyway, when I was talking about ICE,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying is that I think they're trying to get us programmed. And one of the things that they're doing is several things, is that they have allowed these different people these different people, nationalities, ethnic groups to come in, and then they have allowed them to build communities within a community, you know. And, you know, when you look at the Samoans, you look at the Ethiopians, the Haitians, you look at the different nationalities of the Asiatic people, and they all have their own communities that they gather together. It might be 1,000 families or whatever, but they have their own community. Even right here in this little small area I'm in, with only about 500,000 people, it's the same thing here. But I can't even imagine what it's like in New York or Chicago or California. You know, because I know in California, you know, they got tons of ethnic group people that have their own community.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking that because when I say we, I'm talking about Black Americans. I ain't talking about other people that come from other countries that happen to have the same skin color. We have, not all, but a lot of us, I would say 70, maybe 60, 70% of us have learned how to assimilate. We know how to get along with white folks. We know how to get along with other people and respect their culture, respect their nationality, be able to communicate with them in a certain way. What we call is two-code system. And a lot of people are very good at that. When I say a lot of people, I'm talking about a lot of Black people, Black Americans, Black people that has been in this country for centuries. So we have assimilated more so than any other group in this country, in my opinion. We have been more welcoming than anyone in this country. Because you still have your standoff Irish people, you have your standoff Italian people, you have your standoff Puerto Rican people, and they've been here for a couple of centuries themselves. So, and however, Asian people are different. And they got hundreds of nationalities and ethnic groups of Asiatic people. So America is I don't know how to say it, but I think America is becoming a divided nation on purpose. And the reason why it's becoming a divided nation on purpose is because we're talking about politics. Politics is everything. And he who controls the goal makes the decisions. So right now, there are people in this political realm that's trying to control the goal. Meaning the goal is power and money. Meaning that you are in charge of billions of dollars. Meaning that you make decisions on different things that happens in different parts of the city or town or state. So right now, and we when I say we, I'm talking about Black Americans, foundational Black people, Americans, that's been here for centuries. We haven't figured it out. In my opinion, we haven't figured it out. And that's the reason why, Bernie Mac had this joke he always used to say, about going to the pearly gates. And, he asked God, he say, how can I get to the pearly gates? He said, if you ask me a question that I can't answer, you can get into the pearly gates. So they asked the Asian guy, asked a question, and he told him the answer. You go to hell. Okay, and then he asked the white guy, boom, 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 no, you go to hell. He asked the Latino guy, same thing. So Bernie Mac asked the guys at the gate, pearly gate, he said, when will Black people get together? He said, go on in, you can go. I mean, I ain't saying it like him, but in other words, we'll never get together. We'll never get together. I mean, that's a negative thing to say, because there are pockets that Black people do get together. There's pockets. We have our intellectuals and all of that. And we have our educated people and professional people. We have our athletic people and all of that. Entertainers, in certain sectors, they get together. But the one thing that I'm finding out, when there is success, You know the old saying: when one monkey start crawling out that barrel, they try to pull him down, and that's what we do. If you are successful and you become successful, all of a sudden, everybody's at your tail trying to nip you and pull you down. And that's what we do all the time. Now, we try to lift up a lot of people and we give them their kudos and their flowers. But if you get too big, that's why I said President Obama was a genius, bro. He's a genius. That man was a genius. I ain't never seen how he kept black folks continue to love him. They might have disagreed with a lot of stuff he did and said, but they continue to love him no matter what. Him and Michelle. So I don't get it. But don't let somebody, try to be bigger than what you are. You try to be bigger than what you are or where you came from and all that stuff, they're going to try to pull you down, bro. Because you making too much money or you got too much fame and celebrity. So that's what's happening right now to us. That's exactly what's happening to us right now. Every time somebody try to come up, they're going to pull you down and they're going to talk about you. Because none of us are perfect. None of us so smart that we haven't never made a mistake or flunked a class or whatever the case may be. You got some kind of flaw in your personality, or at least they assume that it's a flaw. So I don't know. But the one thing I do know is that if you get too big for your britches, they're going to pull them britches down, bro. And expose your weakness.
Well, I'm very concerned, Ted, that we got this is the Black History Month here. February. We got the rest of the NNLB, the winter season. We got spring coming and we got the summer coming. And then we have the fall. Are we going to make it to the midterm? You have a president that is slowly and quietly, well, he's not quiet, but he is trying to change the electorate, the election and stuff completely, how people vote, who's going to vote, and how voting is going to happen. Right now, they've started, the Department of Justice and stuff is collecting voter rolls from every state in the union. They're trying to get voter rolls from all 50 states. And you don't have a governmental agency and stuff who is making an effort to do something that is abnormal without having an ulterior motive behind it. Why are they asking the states to give the Department of Justice their voter rolls? What are they trying to do? What are they trying to do?
I know what they're trying is what they're doing, bro. I know exactly what they're doing.
And I'm very afraid that come November and stuff and everything, we're going to, our election and stuff in this country and stuff may not be the same as it was. And there are probably going to be some real ugly shenanigans going on. And I don't see anyone in the legislative branch and stuff of the government who are trying to make people aware and stuff of what the heck is going on and what may or may not happen. And reining in the Department of Justice. which is no longer the Department of Justice for the people of this country. It is Donald Trump's legal agency. They're the ones and stuff who are his attorneys. They're not the country's attorneys anymore. They're his attorneys. Now we are seeing mass resignations and stuff within the Department of Justice, but is that going to be enough to stop them?
Yeah. And this, I might be wrong on this. I'm just shooting out my opinion, you know, and like they say, everybody got one. When you do not teach on a serious basis civics, the Constitution, the amendments, and how important it is to vote, how important it is to participate and be engaged in your government. And I ain't talking about parties. I'm talking about just civics, learning how this country really works politically. We have roughly 200 million people in this country that just got off the boat in the last 100 years.
But what does that have to do with what they're doing with the voting rolls?
What I'm trying to tell you is that the only way that people, when people are knowledgeable and people know what's going on and they know the law and they know what just transpired, which was against the law for what they did. And the thing is that nobody's rising up. There are people that's a few, but this is all about our populace, the knowledge of our populace, because we know that the Democrats don't have the power. They're not in charge of nothing. DOJ, FBI, CIA, military, and on and on and on. The only thing they can do is complain. But when the people rise up, and I ain't talking about black people, I'm talking about these people that just got off the boat that's only been here for less than a century. And they all they're about, and I was talking about it earlier, they're about the American dream, getting my house, getting my car, having a good job, or having my business. They're not concerned about that. It's almost like, hey, so what? Let them be a dictator. We don't care. You know, everything is good with me. The people. It's the people, bro. It's the people. I don't care. I'm blaming it on these white folks. And a lot of these Latinos. I'm telling you, it's the people. The Asians, it's not that many Asians, you know, to make any significant bite on it. You know, it might be 10 million Asians in this country, maybe a few more. But the bottom line is, man, it's the people.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's just the people. I mean, and you say, you know, they're not making no stink. There's a whole lot of people making stink. You got Republicans making stink.
Mm-hmm.
But the people has got the one that's got to rise up. They the ones got to be indignant. They don't, and I ain't talking about rising up, being violent and trying to take over stuff. I'm talking about being indignant about challenging your representative.
Now there you have a slight misconception and stuff there.
Okay, tell me.
The legislative branch, the Democrats have a lot of power.
Say what?
The Democrats have a lot of power.
Of course they have.
They don't. It's not. They are not powerless there, because even though they're in the minority, they are not powerless. And my question and what I was saying earlier was they are not using that power and stuff that they have to the max. You only are finding just a few Democrats and stuff and everything who are using that power. And we're having the same thing that's going on. When they this past month and stuff, when they had the continuing resolution that passed through the House, the Democrats, most of them said we are not going to vote for this continuing resolution. There were 7 Democrats in the House who broke ranks and voted, even though their party told them we're not going to vote for that. All their other members said we're not going to vote for it, but 7 of them said we ain't going to do that. We're going to go ahead and vote for this damn thing. And it passed the House. Luckily, by the time it got to the Senate, most of them were in groups and stuff and all, and they were together and stuff to make sure that continuing resolution did not pass. And supposedly what happened was they made a deal and stuff with the president and the Senate to take some monies and stuff out of their funding and stuff for ICE and those gangster folks and stuff who were out there running around arresting people and not funding them. But did they use enough of their power and stuff and everything to stop the ICE people from going around and doing what they're doing? Did they force them to remove their masks? People don't wear masks and stuff here, even if they're law enforcement agencies and stuff, unless they're doing something illicit. Nothing got said and stuff that got passed and told them that they got to remove those masks or force the ICE agents to remove their masks. They're still running around in these cities and stuff with their masks on. And they're still murdering people. So we have power. But I don't know if we're using it to the maximum that we should be using it. That's my point.
Well, like I said, the only way that they're going to be able to actually get things done is the people got to rise up. And that means calling your Congress people, writing letters, and really the people. This is the only way things is going to change. We know that. And then here's the thing, Ed, and maybe I'm wrong on this, and I'm kind of have a mixed bag about it, because I know if I was in a country that was just broke down and can't feed my children, can't get a job or nothing, I'm gonna take a chance, come to another country and see if I can make it in that country. A possibility I would do that. You know, just like slavery, people escaped to Canada. People went to Mexico. So the thing is that those people flee America because of enslavement. And now you got people trying to get away from their country because of desperation, for whatever reason it might be. Some of it is in other parts of the world is war, and some is starvation, some is whatever. They just want to do better, and they feel that America is where they can do better. And a lot of them have come here, but they are undocumented. They are undocumented. And then what did these cities do? They say, oh, you come here and stay. We're not going to kick you out, because they needed cheap labor. These corporations needed cheap labor. And when I say cheap, I don't mean cheap in the point of what they were doing, but I'm talking about as far as they know if they're undocumented, they don't have to treat them the same way Americans are supposed to be treated. Because they can just say, okay, well, next, you go on by. You don't like it, leave. And get somebody else that's undocumented. And they've been doing this on a regular basis for the last 40 years. And some of these people have stayed here for 25 and 30 years and never tried to become a U.S. citizen.
Yep.
That is true.
And so these cities that allow these undocumented people to come here now, and they know it was against the law federally, they have really caused all of this mess. So, and you have these other people on the other side trying to keep these people here because they've been good citizens, but they're not citizens. Well, he's been here for 20 years. He's been working at such and such for 15 years, and he got a house, he got a car.
And he got a house, he got a car, and he is my friend. And he is my friend. That's my neighbor. He's been my neighbor for a long time, and we want him to stay here. And they out there, and they out there in the street, and they're fighting for their neighbor. They're fighting for the folks and stuff who climbing up on these roofs and putting asphalt roofs up there and repairing roofs and putting new roofs up there because nobody else wants to get up there and do the work for what they are paying them. You're right, absolutely right. But we had a chance and stuff, Ted, and I know that each Democratic president and stuff that came in had a chance to deal with immigration. And we have to realize and stuff that the immigrants and stuff who have came to this country have contributed to our social net. They are paying taxes. They're paying local taxes. They're paying state taxes. And they have created wealth for a lot of people, including some black people, because they're cheap labor that they provided. So what do we do? You got folks and stuff on one side saying, well, I don't know. And then you got folks on the other side saying, just like you, we got to get these undocumented folks out of here.
Wait a minute, I didn't say that, Ed.
Well, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
No, I didn't say that, though. What it sounds like. No. Don't put words in my mouth, Ed.
What did you say? You got to make me understand because that's what I heard. Go ahead.
What you heard was what I was talking about is the law.
Okay.
That's what you heard.
Okay. So what is your stance and stuff on undocumented people in this country?
Well, it's been that way for 30, 40 years. You should have a immigration policy of allowing people to come in to be Americans, and then they should be vetted as Americans. That's as simple as that. Because if you walking around the street undocumented, we don't know who the hell you are. You look just like a regular American person. But if you go through the processes, and then we're supposed to have legitimate immigration researchers to check these people out. I don't care what country they come from, and then they know that they're okay to come here. That's the way it should be. And that means if you have to have more immigration officers and you have a policy, this is the policy, this is what you have to do in order to stay here and do this and do that. and then you become an American.
And I
And I want to go back
to what I
to
was
what I was
just
just
saying
saying
at
at
first.
first.
We have
We've
had
had
Democratic
Democratic
presidents
presidents
who
who have
have
asked
the
the
legislative
legislative
branch
branch because they
make
the laws
to
to
form
form
an
an
immigration
immigration
policy.
policy.
And
And they have not been able to do it ever since Obama was the president in 2008. They have not done it. Biden wanted to have an immigration policy.
They didn't do it with George
could
Bush
not.
neither.
Well, but it wasn't as
as
bad as it is right now because
It
we've
was
got.
just as bad. We just didn't know it.
Well, it wasn't as many people, undocumented people in this country as they are right now. In the last 15 years and stuff, that undocumented folks have exploded across the borders. And because we don't have an immigration policy, that's the reason why. And
we're
we're seeing that right now that
the
the
Republicans
Republicans
they got that
thing in their mind that we got to blame Biden.
I'm going to
because
ask you a
Biden did it.
question. You see, you made a statement. You said exploded
Yep,
in the last 10 years.
15, I said.
Well, we already know that President Obama denied and sent back over 2 million people. We already know that.
Okay,
People trying to break through the border.
but we had
But
more
now,
than
wait a
that.
minute, let me finish. One more thing. Now, when Trump first came through here and came in office, 3 million people got through. When President Biden was in office, 5 million. And you tell me.
That 5 million that was countable that we know about, but I'm pretty sure that there was a lot more that came
Oh,
through
no,
that
no,
didn't
no,
get counted.
no,
Yes, they were.
No,
You
can't do
Yes, they
that.
were.
You can't do that.
Well, what do you mean we can't do that? Yes, we can.
can't do
There
that.
were a lot more that came through that was not counted.
You don't know.
Yes, we
Yes,
do.
we do.
We know
there's
there's
a lot more that came through that were not counted.
See, how come you didn't say that about Trump?
I'm saying about all of them. There's a lot more that came through. Even when Trump was in power, there was a lot more that came through.
I don't believe it.
There was a
There
lot
was a lot
more
more came through. There was a lot more than 2 million came across their border.
I do not believe it.
I believe it.
There
There were too many holes. There were too many people, and there was too much money being made.
Well,
There was too much money. There was too much money being made from illegal immigration
programs. I don't get programmed by those people.
I don't have to get programmed either, Ted. I'm looking around my neighborhood, and you can see the growth of undocumented. We can see the growth of undocumented immigrants and stuff by the housing that is coming into my area.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it is.
No.
Yes, it is.
Anyway,
we cannot.
There is no proof about it. All I can do is see it. So we at the end of the show, Ted. We at our 50-minute mark.
Final word.
What I'm saying is
the final word.
Within that group, during the official American immigration, over 1 million people that are foreigners have come into this country legally. In the last 10 years, that's 10 million people. And a lot of them bring their families. So you count that up too. You can't just say, oh, just because I see a bunch of people talking different languages and all that. You got Afghan people, Iraqi people, you got all kind of people coming here, people from Greece, all over the place.
and
the immigrants,
just
like
like
I was saying.
But most of them
They
are Americans.
came, and there's a lot of them came in here illegally, who came in here on these damn visas and stuff, and they stayed here past
Oh, well,
the
that's
time
another
of their
story
visa.
there. Right there, we already know at least 20 million, 10 million people here that's got on those visas. A lot of them didn't leave.
They did not leave.
So
that's your last word?
That's your
You
last
don't see them
word?
snatching them up, do you?
That's your
That's
last
your last
word?
word?
They're not people of color. They just say
they white
Yes, they
folks.
are. They got a lot of
They're white
people.
folks. They're white
from
folks.
India. You got a lot of people that done overstayed their visa.
I'm saying the ones they are targeted.
You got a lot of Chinese people that
are
overstayed their visa.
But
they're not going after them. The Chinese people are not being. They are not going after the Chinese.
That's what I
people.
just said.
They're not going after the Chinese people.
They ain't going to those corporations.
They're going after people of color.
That's the
That's
final word.
Are you trying to tell me that Indian people ain't people of color?
They're
going after them. Anybody who got color and stuff, they're going
I ain't
after
saying
them.
they got color. People of color.
All your European folks and your Russians, or whatever they're coming over here in this country, they're still here. They're not bothered them. They don't touch them. The only one they're touching is you finding out are people of color, the Hispanic folks, people and stuff, brown folks. That's who they deported. You look in the daggone prisons
like I
and those
said,
confinement centers,
and
there are people,
and
My final word is this.
and the most of them who are locked up and stuff are people of Hispanic origin.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Final word.
My final word is this. We see all of this stuff that's going on. I blame the constituents, the citizens of this country, and I blame the politicians. That's who I blame.
Y'all heard it from Ted.
He
blaming all the folks.
Blaming the American citizens.
Blaming the politicians and
You're
American
allowing this
people.
shit to happen. It ain't black people, not black Americans. It ain't us. It's y'all.
Well,
You're allowing these politicians to dupe you over. Yeah, I said it.
people.
Mr.
Harvey just spoke.
The Oracle just spoke.
But I'm praying for y'all.
You praying for y'all?
Anyway,
folks,
you all have a good
through it.
you all have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the show. We're doing a lot of stuff this year and everything, so everybody get yourself ready. Tell your folks. Watch
what we're doing, people.
Watch
what we're doing. We're doing a lot of stuff here.
Talk to
you guys later. Also,
go to our
website. I forgot to put that rolling thing across the bottom. Tell you what website to go to, and you can see all of our videos and stuff. Just go to the website, click on to YouTube videos, and you're gonna see us. It's all sitting out there. I just changed the website, so it's there.
Anyway,
Anyway,
good evening.
Have a good day. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye bye.